Now, NBC is getting a lot of pushback for their decision to give Alex Jones airtime with Megyn Kelly. And it turns out that insiders inside the company are not happy about this decision. Now, this is according to the Daily Beast. Insiders within the network are voicing their discontent with the decision to offer a platform to the full-time conspiracy theorist who presents a web show, InfoWars, and professes to believe a whole range of outrageous propositions. That is an outrageous preposition, too. That is unless, of course, he's just an actor doing performance art. You know, performance art like, I don't know.
I want to go to space. I want to see interdimensional travel.
Or classic.
It's the devil, okay?
And the fact that
it is an alien force, not of this world.
So, yeah, that's the kind of outrageous propositions. The fact that Satan is stealing your space travel. Now, another outrageous proposition is calling Sandy Hook, where 20 children were murdered by a gunman, a fake, basically fake news. Didn't happen. He said, Sandy Hook is a synthetic, completely fake with actors, in my view, manufactured. I couldn't believe it at first. I knew they had actors there, clearly. What do you mean, clearly? But I thought they killed some real kids. It just shows how bold they are, that they clearly used actors. Oh, yes, it was all actors, right? Insiders told Page 6 that staff were in panic meetings all day on Monday, with one saying, quote, "It's a shit show. No one wants to withstand a whole week of criticism over this. There are a number of people who want to pull the interview." Now, there's another source referring to the decision by advertiser JPMorgan Chase to get rid of their ads until after the interview, said no one expected sponsors to pull out, but this is why they hired Megyn. They expect to lose and gain viewers, and they want the buzz. Oh, see, that's what this is about. This is about getting the buzz. Hey, let's bring on this crazy person so he can spot his conspiracy theories, and we're going to get some viewers. We're going to get some buzz. That's all we're about. Well, that right there is a problem with corporate media. We just want the buzz, so we're going to put a crazy clown on who believes that Hillary Clinton is an alien or lizard person, and that Satan is here to steal your space travel. And he's not going to let it happen, goddammit. Or that Pepsi uses baby flavoring, or fluoride or something in the water turns frogs gay. I don't know. I don't know. There's all sorts of crazy conspiracy theories here. Okay. But hey, you know, when it comes to NBC, you want to dig your own graves, fine. The thing is, though, the thing that's the most disturbing about this, and probably one of the main reasons other than the buzz, is that Alex Jones has the ear of the most powerful man in the United States, ergo the world. And that's unfortunately why we have to cover Alex Jones, because his ideas are now getting credence and not being widely mocked as they should be. And there are millions of people that watch Alex Jones. Now, maybe some of them are watching them for entertainment purposes, like, hey, this guy's funny. Look at the clown. But other people actually buy into this stuff. And with every good conspiracy, it starts with a good kernel of truth, right? And when Alex Jones goes against, rails against the bankers and the, you know, financial elite, okay, yeah. You make sense for a couple of minutes, and then Bilderbergs and space travel with the devil and demons and, you know, all that stuff, then you lose it. Okay. But, you know, still, he's got the ear of the president. Oh. Now, even with the backlash, right, from Sandy Hook families that have expressly called on NBC and Megyn Kelly not to do this interview, because understandably, their children were murdered. And this nut is going out there saying, those weren't real children. Those weren't real children. They're not actually, you're not actually paid. You're an actor too. You're paid to go out there and say that my children were real and that I'm in pain. What a horrible human being. Come on, man. Come on. And then, of course, you have JP Morgan pulling out. Even with that, Page 6 added that NBC News chairman Andy Lack has been overheard telling fellow journalists that they will continue to air this interview. He said there's been a lot of confusion, but as of now, they're not pulling the interview. Now, Megyn Kelly also addressed this on Tuesday. She said, I find Alex Jones' suggestion that Sandy Hook was a hoax as personally revolting as every other rational person does. It left me and many other Americans asking the very question that prompted this interview. How does Jones, who traffics in these outrageous conspiracy theories, have the respect of the President of the United States and a growing audience of millions? It could be that millions of people are dumb, including the President of the United States. They're dumb, or they're afraid, and they're buying into ridiculous conspiracies. Problem solved. I've answered the question without having to interview Alex Jones. Look, Jones is dangerous, okay? And thanks to him, the family members of those killed at Sandy Hook, of course, have been harassed and trolled by his supporters. And on a separate note, the guy who shot up a pizza place did so because Jones was advocating Pizzagate, which later on he had to say, oh, you know what, that's my bad. Looks like there's not actually anything going on at Comet Pizza. Oops. He only had to do that because he was being sued. Okay? But you have, for example, Christine Hassinger, daughter of Don Hochsprung, the Sandy Hook principal who gave her life after attempting to charge the shooter, had expressed her sentiments to the New York Times. She said, we have been harassed repeatedly by people who we call hoaxers that think this hasn't happened. When there is going to be such a widely available interview with attention given to one of the hoax ringleaders, it's going to unleash the trolls on us tenfold all over again. Ugh. Here we go. Now Kelly again defended the interview by saying, what I think we're doing is journalism. Really? The bottom line is that while it's not always popular, it's important. I would submit to you that neither I nor NBC News has elevated Alex Jones in any way. He has been elevated by 5 or 6 million viewers or listeners and by the President of the United States. As you know, journalists don't get the choice over who has power or influence in our country. But what we're doing here is yet you're giving those ideas credibility. Now look, I could be wrong. She could go on there and say, why do you think this is real? Do you realize that this is not real? But then again, any interview with Alex Jones is essentially going to be playing chess with a pigeon. He's going to knock over all the pieces and shit on the board and then strut around like he won. That's what Alex Jones does. Do you remember the Piers Morgan interviews? Same thing. He made Piers Morgan look good. And that's hard to do, folks. Super hard to do. It's a bad idea. You don't want to give someone like that even more credibility. While 5 or 6 million people are dumb or easily fooled into believing these conspiracy theories, there are other people who actually might be more susceptible that you're going to give these ideas to. And that generally is not a good thing. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.